Donnie and Dolly, the team is supported by ableauctions.ca. Closing your business? We can help.
Okay, as we mentioned earlier, all of today's guests on this Thursday are brought to you by the Vancouver Giants. Giants and Blazers at the LEC Friday, November 18th. It is White Spots Legends Weekend. And with that in mind, and I don't know where to begin here because there's so much going on with the Giants. We're going to bring in Ron Toigo, majority owner of the Giants. They're in Prince George Saturday and Sunday. There's that. We mentioned the Kamloops game, their next home game, Friday, November 18th. That's White Spot Legends Night with the Giants wearing Team Canada 72 uniforms. Four of the members of Team Canada 72 are going to be here. And the CHL Top Prospects game, January 25th at the LEC. Rick, November 25th, Connor Bedard and the Regina Pats are at the LEC. So much going on with the Vancouver Giants, and we bring in Ron Toigo. Ron, thanks for doing this. How are you?
Good, guys. Good morning.
Good. Ron, Rick wanted to ask how your golf game is.
It was him ripping.
Make it through a whole game.
There you go. That was a good shot. Beautiful.
Ronnie, he was ripping you.
I don't believe a word he says, Ron.
No, Donnie's way more durable than Rick.
Yeah. He was 8 holes. You left after 8.
No, I left after 9.
Yeah.
No, it was 8.
No, it was 9, Ronnie.
It was 11. It was 11.
Okay.
Oh, it was 10, actually.
Yeah.
That's what it was. It was 10. That's what it was.
Yeah. Hey, how are ticket sales? There's so much going on with your team, but let's one at a time here. November 25th, Connor Bedard and the Regina Pats. Are you sold out for that game, Ronnie?
For all seats, there's limited standing room still available, I think, but not many.
How much have you seen him play, Ron? And if you have, what makes him so special?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Honestly, I haven't seen him play since he played midget, and except for watching the highlights every night on the WHL stuff. But I haven't seen him at this stage, and frankly, to be honest, he's doing a hell of a lot better than he did at midget at our level, and that just shows what he is. He's just gotten better and better. As he starts to fill into his body, and scary to think what he's going to be like when he's fully mature in 5 or 6 years, and what kind of player he's going to be. And
playing for the Canucks.
They got the best shot.
Well, they do, right? Yeah. In and around there, no question about it. Hey, tell us about next Friday and White Spot Legends Night.
That's a very cool evening. You remember the 72 series? It really changed the face of hockey, and particularly the rivalry with the Russians. And the whole series turned in Vancouver on the famous Phil Esposito speech, and then they went over to Russia and turned everything around. It was probably one of the first real memories I have of something in hockey that really meant a lot. And so to be able to get permission to use the jerseys, which is Dale Sipe idea, I said zero chance of being able to use them, and he was able to work things out with. It's owned by the PA, so it's the players that own the jerseys, and we can't sell them or anything. They have to go to charity, which they'll be auctioned off after for whoever jerseys they are, and then all go to charity. So it's going to be a very cool event. We got Talon, Cornway, and
Mahalich and Hall.
Mahalich and Hall. So it's going to be a great evening to watch, and not only that, we beat Kamloops the last time we played them at home. So hopefully we have some of that still left in us.
Ron, the Top Prospects game tickets are now available. Can you give us an update on tickets there?
Yeah, well, right now we have a bunch of the holds still for our season ticket holders, and the NHL still has a bunch of holds. So we have, I don't know how many available. It's probably about 500 tickets available now. Last check, I'm not sure, but they're selling very quickly. And but once this version is sold out, there'll be another release at some point in time.
Ron, I want to ask you about this is very important to you, hockey culture and everything that's going on. You take great pride in when these kids come to play for you. They're playing hockey, but you want to develop men and you want them to go out in the community after their hockey is done and being good, outstanding community members. Talk about hockey culture. It's taken a beating. There's been a lot of bad, negative stories. Your thoughts on how you can work with these kids to make hockey culture better?
Well, Rick, you covered hockey for a long time, and you've seen, the 90s and the 80s. Hockey culture is night and day from what it was back then.
Yeah.
Society culture is night and day from what it is. But I think what they've done to Hockey Canada is a crime. The one thing that the Canadians were able to wrap themselves in the flag about was hockey and the World Juniors and the Olympics, and they were proud of it. And they've spun it to be that this is a systemic problem in hockey, and it's not. The issues they're talking about are societal problems. It's not just hockey. And I think the laws have become way too liberal to let people. The problem with that whole thing is nobody ever got charged, and they should have got charged, and there shouldn't have been. Why they are able to escape not being charged for things like that is just wrong. And to drag these people through it that have had a lot to do with changing the culture of the game over the last, 30 years. When I first got into this in the 90s, the hazing thing was something that was normal, and it was terrible. And none of my teams, once I was aware of it, ever did it or got part of it, or and it is completely out of the game from what I'm aware of. I mean, there's been some incidents over the last 10, 15 years, but they're one-offs. They're not the norm. It's not it's not what's expected. Our programs, we have the police come in the beginning of every year and go through what the zero tolerance, and the billets are a big part of it. We have policies. The players are aware of, they might have more exposure than other teenagers. And they have to be made accountable, and they have to be made aware of what's right and wrong. And as much as it sounds pretty simple, you'd be surprised on how many people don't know what's right and wrong.
Yeah. Ron, before we let you go, have you by any chance, of course, he used to play for the Vancouver Giants, by any chance have you been in touch with Evander Kane in the wake of his injury?
I talked to his dad yesterday, and, the operation went well, and certainly devastating for Evander. He actually, wanted to get back and play that night, and but, it's once you're stitched up, but there's an artery, so it's going to take some time, and about 3 to 4 months. I don't think anybody saw that coming. And I don't think he knew at the time how long it was going to be, but he'll be devastated.
And quickly, Ron, your team now 6-7, 2-2. What do you like about what's happening with the Giants?
Well, I think it's Michael Dick's best year of coaching to date. I think he has not a lot to work with on the road. We lost our 20-year-old defenseman. We lost our 19-year-old defenseman. We were playing with a 15-year-old call-up, a 16-year-old from the U.S. in his first year, playing big minutes. Leslie, I don't know if he ever got off the ice. We were so depleted on our back end, and Jesper played outstanding. The one thing that helps you get through things like that is an outstanding goalie, and we're lucky to have probably, I think, the best one in the league.
Ron, thanks for this. All the best, and we'll see you on the golf course in the spring.
Sounds good, guys. All right.
Okay, you bet.
Take care. Thanks.
Sure, Dollywall plays 18 holes.
On the shoulder.
What he said about hockey culture, and it's
That's
taken a beating lately. You've been involved in it. I'm involved in it right now to some extent. All these people out there, the keyboard warriors who just rip into hockey, and you're right, there are changes that need to be made. I get all that. But all these people going on and on. I could name names, but I'm not going to right now.
And
get involved. Do what Rick did. Do what I'm doing right now. Go out, coach. Be a volunteer. Show us how it's done. Time keep, score keep. Be the president of an association, whatever the case.
Be the manager. Getting grassroots involved.
Take some action.
90% of hockey people at 95 are still great people. They at 5 in the morning practices. You and I did them. The coaches working 9 to 5. They got to be at the rink at 6. There's a lot of lawyers on Twitter that never played the game, but they're all experts. But you know what? Hockey still has a tremendous. I've been covering it for 33 years at every single level. I got more respect for junior players. I sat in the bus with them for 4 years, Donnie. Up and down the highways, Alberta, BC. These kids are great. I got a ton of respect for junior hockey players and the people in hockey. Yes, there's bad apples in every sport, but give me a break.
Well, Ron says it too in every part of society. Hopefully lessons have been learned, and he mentioned how bad it used to be, and it was, and it's better now. But, of course, things need to be improved. But if you're out there complaining, you're on your keyboard, and, again, I could name names, and you rip into hockey culture, get involved. Yeah. Get involved. Let's see how you can help in a real important
way. Go coach.
Way.
Go put in the hours that a rep coach or a house coach. But go do that and then tell us what you think of hockey.
Yeah. I mean, like you say, the majority of people are just such good people.